Yes, please welcome back. This is second step in our purchasing case study, or we call it case study. Step number 2, 3, and 4. This is what we are going to do in this class. Step number 2 is to create a material master for our trading good. We will create basically a new record for one of our trading good, which is a chain lock, which we sell, and then we will extend that record for another plant. And step number 4, we will see how much we have in our inventory. We'll see what is our stock requirement. So these are the 3 steps which we will complete in this session today. So if you have an access to your SAP, you need to log into your account and open your SAP easy access menu. Once you are here in the screen, then you can start working on creating a new material. How can we create a new material? Again, you need to follow all the steps given in our handouts. Step number 2, each and every step is there. How to create a material. The menu path is there, or if you are using a transaction to create trading goods, it is also given in transaction list, which is also updated there. This is the transaction. You can see also here same transaction in the bottom. How can you see the transaction? If you click here, you can see who is the user working, what is client. So if I want to see my username, it's here, which transaction I am in, I can select. If I want to select user, it is here. Or if I want to see what is the transaction, I can see here MMH1 is the transaction with which I am working to create a material. So what you need to do is you have to create your material, right? Type your material number. Again, this is what you will have. Remember, replace then these 3 digit with your SAP ID, right? So I will replace with these 3 numbers with, I'm just putting a number because this is already created. So I cannot create, I have to use some other number. I cannot use this one. If my 3 number are this one, already I created this one as well. So for you, you need to create this one. So what I will do is instead of 1, I will put 2 here and then 30. This is for me only. But for you, if you're doing it for the first time, this is what you have to do is 1 and then your 3 numbers, whatever it is, whatever your 3 numbers, whatever you have. In my case, I will write this one because this is my second material. So this is the material which I am creating now. I cannot put with 1 because already I have the material with that number. Retail is the sector. And also I have an option to create from another material which I have already created. This is my own material because I know that there is no mistake. I worked with it. So I will copy some data from this material as well. Copy from means the data will be copied from this material as well. And this will be my new number. If you don't have this one, you can leave it empty. If you don't know, if you are looking at a recording and this number is not available or you get an error, then just delete it. There is no problem. Don't write anything here if you don't have any reference material. And then enter. Here you have to select certain views as given in your handout. There are views which you need to select. These are the views: basic data 1, by clicking here on the, it is selected. Views means that certain information will be entered into this data. This one for 3 sales. Purchasing, purchasing, and then 3 material, general plan, data storage 1. And then if you come down here, just scroll it, don't click here, scroll it down, don't unselect them. And then accounting 1. Make sure that this one is selected. Create view selected if it is okay. So now here, this one, if you're doing it for first time, you will say here plant is Miami, the data for our plant. Storage location is, this is our warehouse. What is the sales organization? Distribution channel is this. Now, if you're doing it and you don't have a reference, then only this side is enough. But since we are copying it from CHLK 1000, so now what I will do is I will say copy from where we are copying. So here you have to enter the same data. Again, I'm saying if you don't have a copy from data, then you can leave this as empty. But since we are copying, then you need to have this. We are copying a material. Okay. If you have a copy from material, then you have to put the same information in both. If you don't have it, means in the previous step here, you did not put a copy from a material here, right? Copy from material is no data, then you don't need to put it here. And then we will enter certain information on next screen, each one. The first one, as you can see here, text already there with something is there. This is the name of my material. So I'll say another name. You can write it whatever you want. Don't put the same one. You can write your own chain lock material and change this information. Oops. We can go to the next screen either by pressing enter, and you'll go to next screen, or you have a list of all the screens here which we need to enter the data. You can either move through this one, or by simply pressing enter we'll go to next screen. If I press enter here, I'll go to next screen. As you can see on the top, the tab is changed. This is the another view where we have to enter the information. So just make sure this data is entered. Either you can do it here, or as I said, you can move different views from here. Here you have to enter the moving price 33.5. See here, I get an error that input must be in a format. Maybe for you it's okay. Sometimes format means we have to put, the data entry format is not 33.5. You should write it like this one, comma. If you use a comma, it is basically $33.50 or 33.5. If you get an error like this one, this is how you should fix it. It will give you an error that the data format is different. So once you get this message, so it means your data will be saved, right? It says your material, as you can see, CHLK2000. This is my material. I say yes, and data is saved. Again, the transactions are given in case you want to change it. If you look at a list of transactions, I already uploaded list of transaction to change, for example, a material. It is MM02 is the transaction to change a material. For example, I made some mistake, right? I'll go back and I will say MM02. This is the transaction if in case I want to change a material. As you can see here, MM02. In case if there is a mistake, I can MM02 enter, select the same views as we said before, and then let's say you select 3 purchasing. These are the views we have to select. Sorry, 3 MRPs and accounting one. This one in case you want to change a material. Now, if I want to change it, let's say maybe the name was not correct or something else I want to change it, anything you can change it. So if you have a miss, you can go to that data wherever you want to change it. Maybe you did not put a plant there. So which transaction I am? MM02. In order to change after you create it, the material you created, you can change it with this transaction. So this is how we done step number 2. So step number 2 is done. Now we will see step number 3 and step number 4. Step number 3, you have to extend a material, same material for another plant. This is what we are going to do in step number 3. I'll just show you how you can do it through menu path, logistic, material management, material master, material create, special, and trading goods, which is this one. Same thing what we have done before. So write your material number. This one which we have just created. Should be same here. This is step number 3, remember. Here you have to enter the same material here and here, both. So we are going to copy to another plant the same data from San Diego plants. Now this is what we created was in Miami plant. Now we'll do the same thing for San Diego plant. So press enter, and then you have to select these views. What are the views which you need to select? Only is the sale views, because they will be selling it. Only 3 sale views. This is what we'll be doing here. Very simple step. How many views you have to select in step number 3 is 3 sales view. Create view selected, make sure it is there, and then enter. So here you have to enter from where this plant. It's not in Miami. Remember, it should be San Diego. So it's not Miami here. It should be another plant. And from which plant we are copying this data? We are copying it from Miami. This is important information. You have to write it down. Sales organization. This one is in the western region. It's west. This was east before. This is wholesale, same. And for this one, if you write W, it will appear, or you can select it with this one as well, wholesale. You can also do it. So the whole data is copied here, as you can see here on this screen. Everything is copied from the previous screen. Everything is there, right? The material is exist and it will be extended. You get a message in the bottom. It's okay. And we are going to extend this one, right? So only thing is you have to change a delivering plant here. Who is going to deliver this one? This is very important information. Step number 3, if you don't do it correctly, you'll have later on problem in completing the case. And then to change the conditions means instead of price, before it was 69, now we are going to change it to 65. This is the selling price for this one. And then save it, and we will be finished with step number 3. Steps, remember our material. You can go back and see your material. This is our material, CHLK 2000. Okay, so save it and it will get a message, material is created. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so step number 3 is done. This is material we just created, and if I want to see how much I have for this material in my stock, I'll go to transaction MD04. This is step number 4. Step number 4. What is the transaction? MD04. Plant is Miami. I want to see how much I have. Can you guess how much material you should have in your inventory for this material? It should be 0, right? Because we just created, we don't have anything. But again, you can check. I just press enter. See, there is a 0. Just now material is created. In the stock we have 0. When you purchase something, everything you'll see on this screen, any update, you'll see it. What is happening with this material when you are contacting supplier, creating purchase requisition, when it is received, then this will be updated. Okay, so step number 4 is done until this point. Thank you very much.